They say the NBA playoffs are a second season, a clean slate, and perhaps none of the NBA's 16 postseason teams welcomes that idea more than the Portland Trail Blazers. After all, it was a regular season that pierced them emotionally and physically. From being unsettled in November, when season ticket holder Sandy collapsed in her seat and later died, and then numbed in February when friend and franchise legend Jerome Kersey suddenly died at the age of 52, this team has absorbed more than just losses on the court. And after a charmed 2013-2014 season, when the starting five stayed intact for virtually the entire season, these Blazers literally braced themselves through the 82 games. Robin Lopez broke his hand on Boris Diaw's head. LaMarcus Aldridge tore ligaments in his thumb after hitting DeMarcus Cousins' thigh. Terrell Wright broke his hand in DeAndre Jordan's jersey. Even the team's Iron Man, Wesley Matthews, couldn't escape the injury bug, suffering a ruptured Achilles tendon on March 5th. It ended a career year for Matthews, who this season punctuated his three-pointers with a bow and arrow routine. Through it all, the Blazers stayed resolute. They won 51 games, claimed the Northwest Division title, and produced 2 All-Stars. They were kings of the comeback, 17 times overcoming double-digit deficits. They also had an NBA best 14 wins after trailing after 3 quarters. And they were once again one of the NBA's most prolific three-point shooting teams, setting a franchise record in the process. It was a season both of constants and change. Aldridge earned his 4th All-Star appearance with perhaps his finest season yet. Nobody in the NBA scored more baskets than Aldridge, the first time a Blazers player has accomplished that feat. And he did it while playing the final 3 months with a thumb that needs surgery. Lillard, too, returned to the All-Star game for a second consecutive season, and the point guard added to his reputation as a big-moment player with some memorable shots. Who could forget the 43 points at San Antonio? And of course, the December game in Oklahoma City, when he scored 40 points, none of them more lasting than his late-game three-pointer that prompted him to point to his wrist and yell, "You know what time it is." Lillard time was born. But while the constants of Aldridge, Lillard, and Matthews remain, new faces rounded out a more complete and enticing team. Meyers Leonard became a reliable three-point shooter. C.J. McCollum became a silky scoring weapon. And newcomers Steve Blake and Chris Kaman immediately turned the Blazers bench from laughable to reliable. But now, the light at the end of a sometimes dark 82-game schedule, the reward for their perseverance is perhaps their greatest nemesis, the Memphis Grizzlies. Tough, physical, and gifted, the Grizzlies won all 4 matchups this season, continuing a 3-year run of dominance against Portland. With big men Marc Gasol and Zach Randolph, jitterbug point guard Mike Conley, and midseason acquisition Jeff Green, Memphis and its 55 wins will own home court advantage. But it's a new season. There are no back-to-backs, no grueling travel, just one opponent, one series, first one to win 4 games. It's been a long, bumpy road, but now the highway narrows and leads to one destination. Welcome to the second season, Blazers.